Hello and welcome back to our series on The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. In this video, we'll be discussing Chapter 3 and all the important events and themes in this chapter. If you missed our previous videos, make sure to check them out. In this chapter, we see Holden continuing to struggle with loneliness and his search for human connection. Let's dive in. Chapter 3 begins with Holden in his dorm room, feeling bored and lonely. He decides to go to the movies, but he doesn't want to go alone. He invites his neighbor, Ackley, to come with him, but Ackley is annoying and won't leave Holden alone. Eventually, Holden gives up and decides to go alone. At the movie theater, Holden tries to flirt with the girl sitting next to him, but she's not interested. He then daydreams about being a hero and rescuing her from danger. This reveals his desire to make a difference in the world and to be someone important. After the movie, Holden returns to his dorm room and finds Ackley still there. He tries to get rid of him, but Ackley won't leave until he finishes his game of checkers with Holden's roommate, Stradlater. Holden becomes frustrated with both Ackley and Stradlater, who he feels are both superficial and inauthentic. Holden also receives a letter from his former classmate, Ernest Morrow's mother. The letter praises Holden for being a wonderful influence on her son, but Holden feels guilty because he had actually lied to Ernest about his experiences at Pensy Prep. In this chapter, we see Holden struggling with loneliness and his search for human connection. He's desperate for someone to spend time with, but he finds it difficult to form meaningful relationships with others. This is a recurring theme throughout the novel, as Holden grapples with the idea of growing up and finding his place in the world. Holden's daydream about being a hero and rescuing the girl from danger reveals his desire to be important and make a difference in the world. This is a common theme throughout the novel, as Holden grapples with the idea of what it means to be an adult and to have a purpose in life. We also see Holden's frustration with Ackley and Stradlater, who he feels are both superficial and inauthentic. This highlights Holden's struggle with other people and his inability to form meaningful relationships with them. He's searching for authenticity and depth, but he can't seem to find it in the people around him. Holden's guilt over lying to Ernest Morrow highlights his struggle with morality and truth. He's not sure what's right or wrong and he feels guilty for deceiving someone else. This is another recurring theme throughout the novel, as Holden grapples with the idea of morality and what it means to be a good person. That's all for Chapter 3 of The Catcher in the Rye. We saw Holden's continuing struggle with loneliness and his search for human connection. We also saw his desire to be important and to make a difference in the world. In addition, we saw his frustration with the superficiality and inauthenticity of the people around him, as well as his guilt over lying to Ernest Morrow. In the next video, we'll be discussing Chapter 4 and all the important events and themes in that chapter. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content about The Catcher in the Rye.